If I had to give advice to a farmer thinking of installing SenseHub, what are you waiting for? You'll never regret spending more time off the farm, and you'll never regret doing less work. So my name is Ashleigh Fennell. I'm farming here on the Carlow border. I am dairy farming since 2019, converted from a beef and sheep farm, and it's a full spring calving system now with 100 cows. There was actually cows milked here in my granddad's time, milked by hand, and my father went sucklers and sheep, and that was the way it was when I took over. And then I was in college and I wanted to farm full time, and unfortunately the dairying was the only show in town and my head was turned. So yeah, 2019 then the dream started. So year one was a baptism of fire for me. I'd never milked a cow until I milked my own. Just the first couple of years were hard. They were really, really hard going. Long hours. I mean, it wasn't going to be any other way, you know, for the main, and it was always going to be the case that I was going to be here on my own the majority of the time. So a couple of years in, I started to look at ways that I could just save a little bit of time, save a few trips to the yard, just make life some little bit easier for myself. And I started looking around then how I could do that and what tech, you know, what tech was available to try and make life a little bit simpler. And that's where I found SenseHub. What drove me to kind of looking at the collar system was initially, well, an overall labour saving, but it probably saved labour for me in places that I didn't expect, if that makes sense. So, you know, everyone talks about the heat monitoring. Like, I never would have had a problem picking up heats in cows as such, and it was a young herd, so that came easy enough. The fertility came with having a young herd. But I was one of these people, like, I was traipsing up and down to the field 5 and 6 times a day. So I was picking up the heats, but I was putting in an awful lot of time and effort. And obviously the breeding season comes off the back of calving. So, you know, you're tired, you've put in a lot of hours, and, you know, you're kind of between calving and you're before silage, and it was just manic. I suppose then you come along and you put in the collar system, and when you're used to being that hands-on and a bit kind of overboard on checking cows' heats, you have to trust the system too. So that took a little bit of time. But yeah, you know, I did find fairly quickly that it was saving me these extra trips down the field. So like straight away, that was a huge game changer for me. But it was actually the health monitoring where I didn't see what it could do until the first calving season then. So I think I put it in the system in the back end of 2021. And then fast forward calving season 2022, and that is when I saw the big benefits. It's another set of eyes in the yard. You're here on your own the majority of the time and you're calving cows. It's so easy to miss something with a fresh cow, and it's so quick to flag an issue. And I just love that peace of mind. I'd be watching rumination straight away on fresh cows. That is my favourite thing in the system. And I never kind of, that wasn't a reason for getting it, but it's one thing I could not do without. Life at SenseHub means more time to do things outside of the farm, and SenseHub allows me to do that. There was a cow just sick the other day. Before I got to the yard, I knew I had to go investigate this cow, and just a mild temperature. She was back to form in no time. But I knew before coming to the yard, I had a problem to deal with, and on I went. So it's great peace of mind that you can open the app if you're not here on an evening and check. You know everything is okay.